Hello guys. Hello guys. Welcome to the stream. How are we doing? Just wait for you a few years to come into the chat, and we'll get cracking with the lineup. Nice to see you, Oscar. Sierra as well. Yeah, I'm not doing so bad, mate. Not doing so bad. Thanks for joining. Just make sure is audio okay and everything. Kieran TV, you're a Hull fan. You're not optimistic. I suppose this might sound silly, but I love your content, but I hate Sunderland. All right, all right. I appreciate that. I guess I appreciate that. Do you know what's mad? There is a lot of. I see it all the time pop up. I do actually have quite a lot of Newcastle fans that do follow the channel. I think it's just because they like to watch me go apeshit. I think that's really what it is. That's the be all and end all of it. Good to hear that audio is doing okay. Cheers for joining, Thomas. I'm very good, mate. Hope you're doing well. We've got a few of you guys in now. I will go over the lineup. That's Palmas Mackham. Steve, good to see you back. Cheers, man. I know it's been a long time, and it's been a long time since I've done a live stream. It's been, I think it was a year nearly since I've done a proper live stream. I won't bore you with the details, even though I'm going to do it now. But all it was is my setup used to be in the other room, and it was like a dark spot for a really shit connection for the internet. So for the best part of a year, I just didn't want to do it. I just couldn't be bothered. Because the internet was so poor, I couldn't do anything. So I've moved it back in here, and I've just hooked it up to the internet, and the connection seems to be okay. So anyway, let's get cracking. I won't bore you any further. Sunderland lineup. Alessi is injured. So we have Passo in goal, Sealt replacing him. So we have Ballard and O'Nien in the middle of a back four. Hume at left back, Neil and Ekwa in the middle of midfield as usual. Then we have Pritchard, Job and Clark behind Rusin, who starts again. One thing I don't understand, right, with Rusin, right, is, well, Rusin scores a goal, so Beale dropped him. I don't know how you get that. Barr, last time out, played really, really well, so now he's dropped him. Also, what I think's mad as well, I think it was the other day, he did an interview, Beale, and he stated that Hemia, although he's been finishing well, he seems like a good finisher, he needs a loan spell, right? And he also said that Mayenda is staying at the club. So why is Hemia on the bench and Mayenda is nowhere to be seen this evening? It makes absolutely no sense. No sense to me. But here we go. Let's not try and approach it too negatively. When you have a look at Hull as well, Hull, they've lost last 4 out of 5, I believe it is. They're not doing so well, and they have a lot of players missing. We don't have any excuses tonight. No excuses. So, with, I think Delap is injured. Seri, who's been called up for African Cup of Nations, big key player for them. Connolly, who's really impressed me for them this season, he's out amongst plenty of others. So we cannot cry and whinge about any players moaning or missing or whatever like that. This is just down to us. We need to get it done. So, yeah, exactly, Oscar. This is usually what happens, isn't it? When we take on a team that they have like a duck that they need to break, we're that team that they break the duck. Do you know what I mean? That's usually the case. But we'll have a look at Hull City's lineup as well. They've Alsop in goal, Coyle, Greaves, Jones, Tufan, Doherty, Morton, Lakilo, Slater, Jacob, and Carvalho. Fabio Carvalho starting for Hull, who of course we were linked with. He plays as a sort of number 10 role for Hull. But yeah, so what do you guys think? What is your predictions for this game? And then I'll give you mine. I'm basically just going to bounce off what you guys say, because otherwise I'm going to get rinsed, aren't I? So have a look at the comments. See what you guys are saying. CJ Bandit thinks maybe another 4-4. Oscar, 2-2. 2-0 says Roger. Do you know what? I think I'd take that, you know. Well, obviously I'd take that. 3-0 says Las Palmas, Mackems. 3-2 to Hull, says Sierra. 2-0 Sunderland, says Daffyd. I was going to go for a 2-0 win, to be honest with you. But I don't think it'll be pretty, but I'd take it either way. I think it'll be one of them where it can be quite a scrappy affair. But I'm going to go for a 2-0 Sunderland win. Mick Gladrusin is back, but Job needs a break. Again, that's something I was just saying before the stream, actually. I think Job, he hasn't contributed anywhere near as much as he did in the early parts of the season. He looks absolutely exhausted, the lad. He's still a young lad. He's playing almost every game. He looks absolutely run into the ground, does Job. So I think he needs a break. Tab there, so 3-2 Sunderland. At the minute, of course, we're 7th in the league with a win tonight. And I don't know, I haven't even looked, of course, at the fixtures over the weekend. We could jump back into the playoff places with a win. I think Sunderland will do well in the first half, but they'll get sloppy and complacent in the second and lose it. I love really specific predictions like that. I love specific predictions, so keep them coming. Keep them coming. It's the same as we did with Doyle a couple of years back, ran him into the ground, yeah? Absolutely. Oh, yeah, I do remember that. And I love Doyle as well. I think he was a class player. But then we played him every game, and he just seemed to lose that half yard of pace, didn't he? But we now only 4 minutes to kick off. We will revisit the starting 11 just before kick-off, or just as kick-off does come through. I think Beale needs some shooting on tactics. Your previous match debriefs make him sound stupid, and you're right. Well, that's it, mate. That's it. Job to score at the 43rd minute. Okay, I'll take that. Do any of you lot put bets on or out like that? I'm not really a betting man, to be honest with you. Every now and then I'll dabble, like, every now and then. But Beale is having his pre-match talk now. Well, he would have had it quite considerably earlier, but he's having it now, and I don't know, the team, I saw the footage of the players coming into the ground earlier, and all of them, they seem really, I don't know, there's only so much you can take off a little bit, you know, like just a little clip, but they all look miserable. Do you know what I mean? Whereas before, they were bouncing, and they do look miserable at the moment. When they're all coming in, they just don't look like they're up for it. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Would you agree with me with that? I don't know whether you guys have seen it, but they just sort of head down, they look up and almost like within a shell, whereas before they were bouncing. I don't know. It might just be me. We need to start to win games. Absolutely, Thomas. That's the key thing, mate. Only a bet I do is on the Grand National. I used to do that. But if I'm going to do a bet, I like to do one that's going to... Basically, the most unrealistic ones I like to do. I put, 3, 4 quid or 5 quid on about 8, 9, 10 teams that could potentially give me that 2, 3 grand, which never comes in. But but there you go. Even if we win tonight, still want Beale out. Not impressed at all. It says, Tav Oscar, did I see correct that Ballard is our second top goal scorer? I'm not too sure. I mean, I wouldn't put it... I don't think so. Surely not. I'm sure Job scored more than him, hasn't he? Mick says, Beale is a better speaking Parkinson. Those are some harsh words, but, I can't exactly argue too hard against it at the minute, can I? Shouldn't have sacked Mowbray. Well, this is the thing. So CJ Bandit's just said, shouldn't have sacked Mowbray. Massive downgrade. This is the thing. There's a difference between should we have sacked Mowbray and Beale, is he the correct appointment? Those are two separate things. Beale for me is a big downgrade from Mowbray, but at the time I still believe that it was time to move on from Mowbray, but not to Beale. Just for me, that is a downgrade. I agree with that, but I do agree that at the time Mowbray needed to go. Sadly, I know that the players loved him, but it was getting to the point where we were seeing the same performances in terms of, we weren't creating chances, and when we were losing games, I always think a manager has sort of lost the plot a little bit when he starts reflecting matches in his post-match interviews totally incorrectly. But I can't remember what the game was, if it was the last game for us, and he was saying that we had lots of chances, we had lots of the ball, and we played really, really good stuff, and we didn't. We were absolutely god-awful. It was one of the worst performances we had, and when it doesn't reflect correctly. I don't know. But either way, kickoff is just a few moments away. And I will give you, once again, the starting 11 for Sunderland. We'll just quickly recap for those who are just joining. Patterson in goal. Sealt starting at right back with Ballard and O'Nien centre-back. Hume at left-back. Neil and Ekwa in the middle of midfield with Pritchard, Job, Clark and Rusin starting up top. Pritchard on the wing, says CJ Bandit. I would... Possibly, he might interchange a little bit or come inside, you would think. I think off the ball, or when we're on the press, it'll be more of like a 4-2-4 with Job going up alongside Rusin, I would think. Thomas says Huggins being out as Costas. He was absolutely excellent, so I don't think you're far off there, mate. Santa, I wanted to give Beale a chance, but if the lads again play piss poor, he should be sacked, and that's on KLD. Well, this is the thing. He's only had a handful of games. I've never seen a manager be hired and immediately met with such negativity. No one really wanted him. I, for one, definitely didn't want him. But here he is. We have to try and make do. But again, it's only 5 games, but it just looks like on the pitch where there's no real change. You can't really see like a tactical stamp on the players. But I think, he's trying to do this. Do you know what I mean? We look worse, slower on the ball, but we'll see. It is O'Nien and Coyle now with the handshake before the game. I'll go over Hull's lineup. Now we have Alsop, Coyle, Greaves, Jones, Tufan, Doherty, Morton, Lakilo, Slater, Jacob and Carvalho as well. Of course, I mentioned him earlier in the stream. Fabio Carvalho linked with us, the number 10. Very, very exciting young man on loan now to Hull. Hull currently 4 defeats out of the last 5. Sunderland to take their kickoff, going from right to left in our red and white stripes as usual. Hull in their orange, if you will. We are kicking from right to left. Hull from left to right. How in, lads? Come on! Come on! Let's have it. Let's have it, boys. Rusin to kick off. Here we go, straight away. Job. Hume back to Luke O'Nien. Ballard. Hume at left back. Pings it forward towards Dan Neil, who holds it up on the left-hand side, and he loses out, but Sunderland will win a throw-in just inside the Hull City half. Hume, of course, at left back at the moment because Adji is out injured. So Sealt has gone over to right back. Hume has taken over on the left-hand side. He has said that he doesn't really favour that side. But there we go. The ball's pumped over the top towards Pritchard on the right-hand side, but it's gone out for a Hull City throw. CJ Bandit on BBC Newcastle, people complain about 09. I've said this in a video as well. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. The amount of times you'll put literally for 5-6 games in a row, we won't put a foot wrong. You'll actually put literally 9-10 out of 10 performances, and no one says jack shit about Luke O'Nien. Whenever he does anything good, you don't hear anything. Then he makes one mistake. He's the worst in the world. All he does is smile. I hate that. Do you know what I mean? I know, of course, I'm a fan of O'Nien, and I do like to sort of not protect him, but because I'm a fan, I might have a slight bias, but I'm not stupid enough to know when he makes a mistake, I'll say he makes a mistake. I know that he can be a liability at times. I know where his weakness is. I know he can go in over his head sometimes and lets emotion get ahead of him, and he'll make some daft mistakes, but, you know, that doesn't define him. But he's playing along the back now, and O'Nien with a lovely pass to Dan Ballard, getting our way out of trouble there with a couple of triangles at the back. Ballard bringing it forward. He finds Jack Clark just inside the Hull City half. He tries to find Dan Neil. He does get it, Dan Neil, on the left-hand side. Dan spins it to Pritchard. Back to Clark on the left wing. It's literally Clark against 3 Hull City players there, standing him up. And now it's Hume who picks it up. Still Trey Hume. Oh, he loses out to the Hull City right back. Or is it? I think it's Carvalho tracking back there. But we win it back immediately. It's Dan Neil. Tries to take it round his man. Oh, and it's prodded away. And they nearly lose it again at the back. Hull, but now they are going to come away with it on the left-hand side. Hull City, down the left, cuts in. A lot of energy in this one so far, but yeah, Hull City, you can see straight away when Clark got it on the left-hand side, 3 Hull players triangle around him. And it's just trying to find a way to combat when the opposition just put every player on Jack Clark. But now we do intercept. So ball dinked over the top, or an attempted dink over the top, but they've intercepted again. Hull now they're coming down the left-hand side, still in their own half, and they're going to bring it backwards. And back to the Hull City keeper to calm things down. Come on, Roosing, man. Press him. They're playing it comfortably along the back. And now we're going to nick it off them. It looks like we are. It's going to head towards Dan Neil, but his first touch is poor. We intercepted it in a really decent area there, but his first touch, Dan Neil, let him down. And Hull now smashed the ball forward. The number 7 tries to control it with his chest, but it's only found Pritchard. They've nicked it off Pritchard with ease, and now they're going to drive forward themselves again. Great inception from Ekwa, but he gives the ball away now. It's really loose play at the minute, really scrappy. Both teams trying to play quick, sort of 1-touch, 2-touch football, but then losing it, and possession is changing hands relentlessly at the moment. Ekwa to Ballard. Joel, when is the BBC interview better than the announcer they have? What do you mean, buddy? You mean my interview? I did it. It was the lead up for the derby. It went on. I think it was on TV the morning of the derby. But now here's Jack Clark on the left hand side again. He's up against 3 Hull players, and he passes it straight to a Hull man. But now it's Pritchard who intercepts. And is it a foul? What? I think they've given it to Hull for obstruction. What the fuck? So Pritchard has sort of nicked the ball off him. They've thrown him to the floor. I don't think he'd give the free kick, but because Pritchard sort of guarded the ball whilst he was on the floor, it's been given for obstruction. Now Hull have possession again. It's a good press at the moment. Here's Coyle for Hull City, driving down to the right-hand side. Number 8 pings it across for Hull. We've headed it away only temporarily. Pritchard tries to get it away this time, and then Ekwa slams it away. Then number 5 still have it in the Sunderland half, out wide to Coyle again on the right. Carvalho spins. Good chance this for Hull. Well, a bit of possession, should I say. Doherty to Carvalho. Doherty again. The right hand side. We're really deep at the moment. Come on, lads. They're toying with us on the right. Keeping hold of it really well. Oh, Jesus Christ. A little tippy-tappy football that could undo us here. Now Joe nicks it off us. Sorry, nicks it off them and wins a free kick, which finally brings their attack to an end. Tufan with the foul on Job, deep inside our own half. Let's calm it down now, lads. Keep a bit of possession. You can see when we're on the ball as well across the back, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Hull players in the Sunderland half when we're just playing it around. If we just get a little bit of tempo to our play and play it around them, we'll be away. We need to just think quicker. Hume drives it forward. A lovely flick on by Pritchard to Dan Neil. Needs support. Give it out wide, man. He does give it out wide. It is sealed. Come on, man. Gives it back to Dan Neil. He does have a man on, but he spins his man. Still Dan Neil from distance. Gives it to Pritchard. Go on, shoot, man. He tries to dink it towards Sealt, who can't get there. And it's going to be a Hull City goal kick. So I hate being at work when the match is on. I know you're just going to have to make do with me, mate. Sorry, sorry about that. We should get the Sunderland ball to hire you, Joel, and we're your assistants. Yeah. This is the thing with it. We're just in Sealt there on the right-hand side. for us. Obviously, he's more naturally centre-back. I prefer seeing him as a centre-back, but they've lost the ball at the back now. It's Pritchard. Get it in, man. He does get it in. Oh, no. What a chance that was. What a waste. We just nicked the ball on the right-hand side. They had the free kick from the goalie. He's tapped it out straight to Pritchard. Dan Neil was at the back post just waiting. He just had to dink it. He has no one around him. Pritchard has put way too much power on it. Oh, what a waste. Absolute waste of a chance there. But as I was saying, Sealt, usually as a centre-back, playing at right back this evening, he doesn't look too convincing for me, but now here's Clark on the left-hand side, driving forward. Go on, son, take him. This is when you really need to get it him here, Clark, when they're not expecting it. But now here's Hume on the left-hand side, does brilliantly well, gets the ball in, Coyle blocks in, it is out for a Sunderland corner. The Human Pokédex, love that name, says, have we started a striker? Yes, we have started a striker. Rusin is starting today. We do have a corner now. Clark. Oh, come on. Just get the ball in, man. It is put to Pritchard. He tries to put the ball towards the back post. It's towards Sealt. Headed again. I think that's going to be another Sunderland corner on the far side this time. It is. Thomas, you got Monster Energy? Yeah, mate, I need it. It's been a really, really long day. It's the sugar-free one, though. Keep calm and aim for Ballard. Exactly. He'll be up to a 5. But, mate, it's the no sugar one, so it's fine. It's the white one, that one. It's the 0 sugar one. Because the other ones, yeah, I'll be off my tits till 3 a.m. Pritchard with the corner. Whips it in. Come on, someone get your head in it, man. Attack it. It's still in the box. Clark has it on the left-hand side. Go on, son. Still Clark. Gets it across goal. It's headed away. It's a diving header. Carvalho on the right-hand side. Tries to nick it off. Clark. Is that going to be our ball? No, it's not. It's going to be a Hull City throw deep inside their own half.